Hi, Daddy. What you doing?
You doing the regatta shuffle right now? Oh, a little scullin' and scoopin'. So come style and take. Well, let's go. Skull with the left foot. Skull with the right.
Yo, it's your boy Dice tonight. What's good, y'all? Um, First of all, welcome to the show. The topic is, what does it mean to be human? If you come in to see my other co-hosts, they have abandoned ship today. Um, Part of being human in today's society and challenges faced by today's adults is that most of us have a lot going on. Like they say, the struggle is real. But it ain't hustle and bustle. Part of the team is away doing some family stuff, organizing the kids for college. I ain't sure what Aunt's doing, but I'm sure it's family related or not. She could be living it up. But I know JP is traveling, and the last picture he sent me was him getting his toes done. So it ain't all hustle and bustle. But I'd say this much: JP is probably one of the hardest working ones out of all of us. I lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. When he have to work, he works hard. But he's a smart guy, and he vacations in places that are quite affordable. Anyway, what does it mean to be human? I came into this frame of mind to think about this topic. Driving the streets of Nassau, as you see, I'm not in studio. Um, Kind of set up my little nephew's room to look a bit like my studio, but uh, this ain't it. The studio I'm in. This is it. My little nephew, he's so dread. Um, yeah, but to be human on the streets of Nassau, I think is a challenge. Not only is Nassau one of the most expensive places to live in the world, Nassau is one of the most hectic places to travel. Like it's not like those places that have hills, like up there in Sicily and some parts of, but mainly Sicily. I think I experienced this when you're driving on the edge of the cliff, you know, 007 movie style. It ain't that crazy here in Nassau. Some of the streets kind of narrow though, because they still using some of the streets from horse and carriage days. The point is, it's hectic, and no one hates driving in traffic more than me. And I question the humanity of people that cut through traffic, drive up the middle. You know the yellow line, the dotted middle yellow line that is be in the middle of the road. They half and half their car up that middle line to get to the front. And I don't know what jungle this is. What jungle is it where you don't understand? I mean, I could see if you have to in the Bahamas. I can say that. I can see if you really have to use the bathroom, or you trying to get your pregnant significant other to the hospital because she's in labor, or a child is on the verge of death in your car and you're trying to get them to the hospital. But that's I want you to know, if it ain't one of those, then that's not human. That's not human nature. That's animalistic nature. That's not the thing that separates us from being beasts. Getting up to the front of the line, bullying your way to the front, is disrespectful to everybody who is in line who are real human beings. And this falling on deaf ears because the people that do this type of thing, they don't care. And I would hope that, you know, members of the Sup'm show would get in the comments and assist me with some reasoning, some reasoning as to why people do this. Things like this. My daughter was saying, because I took her to practice with me this week whilst I was in town this past week, and we were late a couple of times, right? She was dragging her foot because she wants to stay up all night and can't get up in the morning. Um, but she was trying to tell me that it's okay to be late, and I was like, no, it's not. It's not okay to be late because human nature, different from animal nature, would tell you that being late is disrespectful to everybody else's time. If you set a time, especially for groups, for a band, if you set a time for everybody to be there, it's 9 people in the band. If 9 people are there, if 7 people are there waiting on two, or even waiting on one, and you're late not because you're trying to get your pregnant significant other to the hospital, or a child is near death in your car, or something urgent like that that's making you late. You late because of very poor planning, or you have a child who want party all night and can't get up in the morning to get dressed and eat and get the breakfast on time. Then you being disrespectful to every the other 8 fellas that's waiting on you to start the rehearsal. And again, people who do these type of things don't care. It's preaching to an uninterested audience because they don't care. Well, I do care. I did do it, but I did care because I was trying to know if part of human nature is also being compassionate. And I would say it's my compassion that caused me to allow my daughter to take a slow time and get ready. Didn't want to push her, or, rough her up to say get ready fast because we don't spend that much time together. But you get my point. What is happening? What kind of jungle is this we in right now? The Bahamas, in particular, y'all. When you think about the Bahamas, those of you internationally watching the show, when you think about the Bahamas, you think paradise. You think of sun, sun, and sea. We ain't the only ones with sun, sun, and sea. Some beautiful beaches all over the world, right? With beautiful weather all over the world. But what the Bahamas had over any other place in the world was our hospitality. Nobody could beat Bahamians in being hospitable. I think it's human nature. I think that's what we have over animals. I mean, over, I don't know, maybe I shortchanging animals, but we know how to be kind to those less fortunate, or those that are unfamiliar with the territory, newcomers, those that look odd, out of place. And some of us Some of us just ain't human because I think about Bahamian history and a lot of other history too, where being kind may have been the downfall of that civilization. Being kind and hospitable definitely was the downfall of the Lucayan civilization. So maybe that's the era we in right now, where everyone is just falling into this destructive, I don't care about anybody else type attitude. And I wouldn't believe that. I believe, and I don't want social media to believe that, not from this channel. I want social media to believe that there are people who would come on social media not just to beef up their algorithm by doctoring videos or scripting videos to show humanity being kind. I did do a not a deep dive, a shallow dive by TikTok. Um, Plugged in human nature and saw some of the videos, and then they would show, oh, someone helping a a young lady fix a tire, or buying a child an ice cream because they dropped it, older person crossed the road, or this one holding an umbrella over a police officer. But the cameramen are so perfectly positioned that it's obvious that the video is scripted, is staged. Not that it's not a good thing to show, but in this age of AI, I believe it's so important for us to be human and to be real. Like, don't be fake. And don't be an animal. Like, don't be a beast. Don't drive up the middle of the road. Don't half and half your car by the median and jump to the front of the line. And listen, this was in one person doing it, you know. This was several people as if it's the norm. It's like they driving straight past you, like you must see, like you ain't trying to get nowhere. You cannot be trying to get nowhere because you ain't driving up the middle. But the middle is not a lane. The middle is not a lane. I believe that there are people in the world trying to progress humanity. And I want you to understand that if there's anyone that benefits from chaos, which are mainly these days, mainly wealthy people that benefit, you realize that there isn't much human progressing inventions around today. Like even with AI, like their AI is being pumped up to the corporate world more so than any other place. They don't care about how much people can jump on chat GPT and write a paper or help with their math problems in class or blah blah blah. Like these type things that we may personally figure out ways to benefit or to, I wouldn't even say benefit, but to quicken our daily process or day-to-day process as regular people. They're pushing the product to the corporate world to be able to reduce costs in human labor. The big talk is AI going to replace people? I'll tell you one thing. Wemo, if that's what you call it, Tesla, I forget the name of the helicopter company that's trying to come on stream now with self-driving helicopters. These self-driving vehicles, they do not share their car at half the median and drive up the middle of the road. We come into a place in time where people actually prefer the AI over the human being. And why is that? Like, we honestly have to question, why do people prefer interacting with AI over human beings? My mother, just Friday or Saturday, my brother had a birthday, her last child, her favorite child. And she dropped an AI produced song in the chat that she wrote to tell him happy birthday. And it's the first time dabbling with AI. And I thought the song sounded amazing. You could tell, like, it sang all of her lyrics. She was able to choose the vocal, the voice. She likes country music, so she chose a country singer to sing the song. And I felt it sounded good. But I'm a music producer and an artist, and people would think that we may feel slighted by the use of AI to do that type thing. I could be honest with you, I don't think I would ever start that service for as like for strangers. Like, maybe if my mom had asked me to remix one of my songs to say happy birthday to my brother, I would have done that, right? And I do remember one time when one of my friends, he was also a producer, shout out to Freddie Got Sticks, asked me to remix a song for his proposal, right? But that's not something I want to do to say, um, as a product offering. So AI could have that. The thing is, no one else in the group chat, all of them, my immediate family, none of them cared that it was AI. Great song, they all said, and I agreed. But that is just to reinforce what I'm saying about persons preferring or are completely comfortable interacting with AI than with real people. And I don't know what that's saying about humanity. I don't know if that have anything to do with the way people drive in the Bahamas. And the messed up part about it is, the person who gone up the middle, he probably got where he was going on time. And I was late. I don't know. I don't know. I only know from media. Oh, I lie, because before I joined the band, back in, I think, from 1993, 94, when Bahaman had first started out with the first vocalist, Nehemiah Hill, but they started in 92, with Nehemiah Hill, and he remixed songs like Hooked on a Feeling, Beach Baby, I think was number one and number two on the charts in Japan. And the band was able to travel to Japan and see Japanese culture. So I don't have firsthand information on how Japanese people are, but I've seen it in the media, and I've heard My bandmates talk about it, but they have a level of organization, a level of respect, a level of humanity that isn't common on the planet. So I want to shout out Japan right quick. Shout out to y'all. I mentioned driving in Italy because I'm daring like that. Like everywhere I go, I try to rent a car because I believe I could drive anywhere in the world, right? Driver. But when you don't know the streets, these dudes mean, bro. They don't care if you from the Bahamas. Come from around here if you don't know how to drive, like an Italian. I respect that. I respect the culture. But what I did not see was Italians half in their car on the median, the yellow dot, even the double yellow line, and driving up the middle of the road to get ahead of everybody else. I did not see any Italians doing that. I saw Bahamians doing that. Hmm. And I was gonna say, are they Bahamian, or a non-organic Bahamian, right? Cracking a joke from one of our other shows at Lincoln Bean. Lincoln Bean is live right now. Um, well, probably not right now when you're watching this, but um, he's talking about. I think he's talking about some drug dealer slash um, contractor slash um, politically affiliated individual that does business with the government who crash landed off the Florida Keys with some money on him and got arrested. And now it's a big deal. They say, some name calls. Name been called. Listen, man, listen. The Bahamas has a history with drug trafficking. But Linden said it best, and I'll correct because he kind of like was off-ish. But he told America during an interview that we're not the ones making the drugs. We don't grow drugs in the Bahamas. We don't manufacture drugs in the Bahamas. And for the most part, the demand for drugs is not in the Bahamas. We, for, if anything, there's a facilitation of a market that is trying to import the drugs through, not from, through the Bahamas. So who is at fault for that? And that's where I believe humanity comes into play as human beings. You know what I really believe? You know what I really and truly believe? I believe that we should allow everything that people can do without infringing upon the freedoms of others. If you want to be a crackhead, snort coke, oh, I probably shouldn't be saying these things. Probably get flagged. Do not, do not do these things. I'm not saying that, but if you want to do it, let it be like Amsterdam, like everything just flipping legal, right? Except infringing upon the freedoms of others. And those of you who are unable to listen to wise counsel, are unable to seek and receive treatment and help, then the natural order of things, the jungle rule, survival of the fittest, comes into play, and you will either get stronger or you will perish. I believe if you help the butterfly out of the cocoon, it dies. I believe that. I believe that. I tell my kids that all the time. But as children, you help them. You allow them to venture, you allow them to climb, you catch them if they fall, and you let them learn from the lesson until they become adults. But grown backside, rusty backside adults, you are responsible for your choices. You can't put your life in jeopardy by half and half in your car. You can't put your life or the life of others in jeopardy with poor decisions and then expect for kind-hearted individuals to come and save the day or come and save you. You have to take responsibility for that. And you have to be allowed to fail. That's honestly what I believe. Man and woman. If you're an adult, you're responsible. And you have to be responsible. And then you have to understand that what you give is what you are likely, not even likely, because I was telling my mom today, like, I don't believe there's a hell. I don't believe that there's a hell. There can't be a hell with the way some of these we human beings behave. There cannot be punishment at the end of our foolishness. Because some people out here are doing darkness and fearless with it. Let me take this minute right now to speak to the church. And I know people always get mad when you bring in the church, but I honestly believe that the responsibility of the church is to teach. I believe the church is the number one teaching organization on the planet. I don't care the religion because I don't know of any churches that teach people to be disrespectful to the gift of life. I don't know of any. I know most churches, if not all, speak of a golden, glorious afterlife, but that's still life in your mind. Not might be not be in reality. You might be when you die, that might be it. You know, no one knows. But I believe the church, when we look at society, people are like talk a lot about the government, and my mom always telling me I need to go to church more often. Um, then I look at the church and I'm like, the church isn't to me, this right here, what I'm doing right now, trying to get people to understand that human beings shouldn't act like animals, is a teaching from the church. And if you like me, growing up, I went to church 7 days a week for a period of time because my grandfather being Pentecostal and then Baptist, then full gospel, and then Baptist and then Pentecostal again. And then my grandmother being Seventh-day Adventist and going to 7-day school. So you had band practice, Pathfinders, church on Saturday, church on Sunday, twice on Sunday, um, prayer meeting, youth meeting, this type thing. And you learn a lot of lessons from the pastors and teachings. And I don't remember not one time did Jesus say you supposed to drive up the middle of the road to advance yourself ahead of everybody else. I actually remember teaching saying you sit at the back and wait to be called to the front, regardless of who you are, regardless of your accomplishments, regardless of how important you think you are. sit at the back and ask and wait to be asked to brought to the front. Humility, being humble, being of service, being kind, giving. If everybody gives, then everybody gets. That's what I believe, believed, ed. But now I don't think people scared of hell. And I think people being evil so long, generations and generations of evil, that the evil people are pretty sure ain't no hell, ain't no hell. I'm sorry if there is though, because some of y'all, Jesus Lord. Anyway, human nature. What does it mean to be human? The simplest thing I came up with is something I learned at Seventh Day Adventist School, Palms Academy. And it's do unto others as you would have them do unto you. A dead simple. That is so simple. You don't want anyone causing you to be late. So why would you perform the actions that cause other people to be late? Show no regard for everybody else that has something going on. That's a level of selfishness in society that I do not believe helps us progress. I think if we, I don't know, man. I understand it's a double-edged sword too, because you can't you can't be nice. It's difficult. Let me say you can't. It's extremely difficult to be nice when life is hard, when you've been taken advantage of a lot, when people are being mean to you and doing everything they can to take as much as they can from you. It's difficult to still smile and be nice and turn the other cheek. It's hard. Now, I don't even think you should. I just don't think that you should focus on what those people are doing and cause and allow their actions to frame what makes you you. Like the things people do shouldn't determine the type of person you are. And that's how I try to live right now. Right now, some things I can't wait to talk about on the show, but I can't talk about it solo because I need that community to help balance my beliefs. Because not everything I say is right. I'm not even saying that anything I say is right. It's just my beliefs. And I believe in humanity. I believe that we can reach a place on this planet, planet Earth, the fourth planet from the sun. My nephew, he's 2 years old. He's been teaching me visiting the planets because he knows all the planets. 2 years old, where they are, what they do. But I, he said that this planet is the only planet that has organic matter. Well, it's the Bahamas is talking about organics, organic matter. This is the only planet with it, and those who can't appreciate that or respect that and making it hard for everybody else on this one organic planet, Elon Musk is working on some rocket ships that's going to go to Mars, and he's going to build a wonderful place. I believe he's even going. I was going to say something sacrilegious just now. Let's say he's going to call it Earth 2. And you know, it'd be nice if those of you who drive up the middle lane and cause everybody else to be late, and those of you that blow the horn behind people the second before the light turn green, y'all too, y'all could go. I could save up my money and buy y'all a ticket. uh yeah, Planet Kid. Yeah, Ron. I could save up my money and buy y'all a ticket to go on Elon Musk Mars, right? um because we were not blessed with this planet to be we were not blessed with our intelligence to be animals, to have no regard, to have no love, to have no respect. Like that's what separates us from being beast. I'm not gonna be a beast. I know some gals who be trying to bring out the beast in me every day. Sometimes it'll slip out, only for a split second, but I tuck him back in because that's what humans are capable of doing. We can tame the animal inside us. We might can control what other people doing. I can't control other people and make them choose what I believe is best for them to choose, but I could choose for me. And when I choose wrong for me, I can go back and fix or attempt to fix my mistakes. But what I will not do is allow this gift, the only planet in the Milky Way, as far as we know, that has organic matter. And that we, as human beings, are the smartest of these animals. Arguably, because there's some animals that live in peace and harmony on this planet, and we ain't one of them. But I believe that this could be heaven on earth. This, according to creation, we get made on the same day. We were in balance. Heaven wasn't no better than earth. The heavens and earth. It's not a Bible lesson. I just saying, ladies and gentlemen, and close out the show right now. If y'all know or family to people who in grateful and appreciative for what we have, to the point where they see the beauty of this planet and the beauty of this existence, and they angry all the time, and they want to argue all the time, and they're always looking for a problem. Like their cortisol level is just through the roof all the time. Talk to them, but keep a safe distance. That garbage contagious. When people upset your spirit, your energy, you carry that. I don't allow people to do that, man. Because the more people do that, then the more butthole, the more, the less human beings we actually have on the planet. That's just classify these toxic people as not human, because there's always a silver lining. That came up in a conversation with my mom um, this morning when we went walking. It's always a silver lining. It's always something good you can pull from every situation. Every situation. If only the lesson as to how not to mess up again. So yeah. Um feel like I had one more thing I needed to say or wanted to say. I don't think it was a need. Anyway, just me. Apologize for the rest of the chaos. My co-host not being able to be here today, but they are doing important things. Except for Ans, I need to ask Ans what she doing. Let me text her. I can ask her because she just said, "Can I make it today, guys?" I know. Oh, one of the members of my band, the drummer, is Ans' husband, y'all. I can spill the beans, and as you can say, we was in Nassau practicing for a couple of weeks, and I think he just went back yesterday, if not today, last night. So they might be catching up because that's a lovey-dovey couple. And I wanted to have a different topic today. I think I wanted to talk are men and women, and this is what we'll talk about next Sunday. Are men and women meant to get along? And I needed Ans in the show to have that topic because then it would have just been a male's perspective, a man's perspective. And I never want to have topics like that without having a woman who is going to defend the women's STEM. Um, so next Sunday we'll discuss are men and women meant to get along. And I have a clip that was sent to me from Michelle Obama. Y'all could see it. It's a very short piece in her speech when they opened the Obama something they just opened, some museum, um, library, grounds, college, or something. It was something really nice, something huge. But we're gonna discuss men and women meant to get along next Sunday. So until then, y'all try not to be animals. Stay out the middle lane. That not lane because it's not a lane. Stay off the middle of the road, the median, and be safe. Um, we out. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate y'all. The Sup'm Show will be back next Sunday. Yo, peace.